There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Clear Paris, who make you again SKTV venue. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And yes, I know money, the more I know. And you love our money, the more I know.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Penku, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bagbolu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
Indeed, SKTV, we are the best in Liberia. SKTV, we are the best in Africa. SKTV, we are the best around the world. And folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Yes, you know, it's good. It's good to be alive, and at least by the grace of God, we are moving strong and we are alive. That's one of the best things, you know. That's one thing that we can pay for. Even though we are paying for spiritual healing, we're paying for all of these things, but the only life now we can pay for from these people. But by the time the people are going to be giving life, then by this time, then we all online, you know, going to them to pay for life. But we are paying for everything. I don't know whether we're paying for ignorance or paying for what. But again, good evening. Share the show, people. Today is Saturday, for a matter of fact, having to be the 7th. Wow. Oh. Time is running. Time wait for no man. So today is 7th of February, the second month in the year 2026. Good evening. Welcome. I'm John C. Mayborn. Could have sitting pretty tight. The rest of the team will be here very, very soon. They will soon join us here this evening. Better say this morning, this afternoon, based on your time zone, your location. Yes, indeed, today is Super Saturday. Those of us who love to watch the football game, you know, these are things that make some of us happy. I don't know how come these footballers are making thousands of dollars per week, and maybe our religious people want to compete with the footballer, you know, that have their talent. So yeah, you know, when the people make, just imagine one person making 200,000 per week, 200,000 per week. You think that that wage or something? It's just normal. It's talent. It's system. Now I'm making these people to make that amount of money. You know, it's not a bad thing. Yes, that people should live by their talent. That people should survive by their talent, their God-given talent. It's not a bad thing. Yes. So good evening. Steve will soon join us here this evening. Let me, while I'm doing the sharing of the show, let me just play some of the highlights from our mothers, our sisters, or the marketeers out there in this video. Thanks to some of our media colleagues out there who going up and down because some of us when we do, people will think that because we hit, that's the kind of a mindset our people have. So let me just play the video while I do the sharing of the show.
We follow behind our market, we not get a market.
Who carry the market?
Certain police people, they get about 2 can't sleep, they only buy 2 pair from only. They carry the wheelbarrow in the market up to now, we not see it. We follow behind our market, we not get a market.
Who carry the market?
Certain police people carry the market. Me who here a unity party or more. I live in Claton behind Joe, statue. My children says now they can make fun out of me, they can be playing click. Mama will hungry. They can make fun out of me. People around my area can laugh at me, they can mock at me. Say, are you the one poor in the tear? We tire with insult in the community. Let Baka try and do something. We the seriously now we really suffering. Especially we that voted for Baka. Our news for in the whole country, especially in the community, people cause for every day and night. They cause for the insult us. Full vote I voted for CDC, but last vote I gave my vote to Baka because I stayed down for long. I say it better the way they prepare, that old person, maybe he will do something for her. Now the worst thing will ever put away.
You think the Papa trying? You think the Papa
trying?
Some people say the road, the building road, the building they putting lead posts up and things getting better small. You think so?
No, because the road that I can see that they see passing and I see facing road here. And I see no road face over there beside passing road. If you say road face, you must look at road that going Ganave that they want to call facing. But then road where they facing going Douala, that passing the same passing. Why do we have a passing war getting there? That the same passing. They play higher get 4 children. 4 children. I'm woman who married legally. All of here they know me. But see my man, take my market money run away from the house. They lay money in my hair again. One be my children turning around with it. The children buy slipper canton for the father $90. The wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow business again so I had to pay for it in the market. I pay for that wheelbarrow, one Nigerian man. I pay for a wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow, the market, everything. That Sunday, the day that Baka was launching, the woman who the water was carrying, what the broker was sleep off for that me. My sister, the one that was going, I go home and pay blast the iron. They were whole play cut. Now, myself, the water, people my 2 feet. It will say people are not coming to be there. We are going to leave in Solomon.
So you're trying to say that
you
made sacrifices.
I made a lot of sacrifice. Even when Dylan went to Clawatown, before Regina Second daughter brought people to fuel him. I found through that glass bottle. I went upstairs and talked to the children.
But in the midst of all these things, you think there's still hope? Do you think there's still hope for the ordinary people? Do you still have hope that this government will work on things and things will get better and you will enjoy this government? Do you still have hope?
Well, the way we crying on Baga so, if Baga really know that he know God, and because as I learn, they say, I know he usher in his church.
Oh, he deacon
in his church. Let Baga go sit down. Let him sit down in a cross and talk about local some of the things why you can come and take from her on the street. And then let him change his behavior. He not really acting good to the citizen. He closed the eyeball on us. And we suffer enough. People make fun out of day and night in my community. I'm not lying. So my God, I will one country soldier, I got to take my phone and carry my phone. In the store, I can carry it to the man. Nana, and the man can tell them one country soldier and give it to me.
You pawn your phone?
Yes.
You pawn your phone just to get one country
soldier to Rachel. When Rachel gave me the one country soldier, when I finish selling, I'm talking to the here one country for my app. When he gave me the one country soldier, when I finish selling it, by the time I can go for the phone and I get him money. We suffer for the government, man. People stay causing all in our community. People stay insulting us. Yeah, people stay insulting us. They nearly came me a Daro Dillon. The Daro Dillon man said he know me. They nearly came all in Clawtown. I read $20 riot that went on. They nearly came me and he. They pulled me and after the children ran behind me, I came from us there. They pulled me down, they pulled the Daro Dillon now. They packed table over us. And the Daro Dillon man, anyway, he said, I think he listened to me. He hold me because the grab bottle was stick. He said, dress to me, don't be afraid of me. Stay, I go ahead. But get on my skin, can't keep things. I go ahead with grab bottle.
Yeah, I see that. I see the scars and all of that. Yeah.
I go ahead with grab bottle. My phone leader, my boyfriend said, at that time you were in the house. He said, forget boy, because I didn't want to encourage me to vote for the second time to Daro Dillon. because we marry legally. Anything you tell me, you're supposed to do.
So you want the government to work on?
I want the government, let us see the citizen interest. The thing I was expecting from them, we put them, they will not see it. We think they were going to put the other photo, they were going to put the other photo, she and it will be posting, will be moving in the community, say, and we'll tell you, say, the thing they were going to be that day, and we'll tell you about local, Team West, more than ever before.
All right.
Team West.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay.
So what's your name again?
Alice Taylor.
Thank you so much, Ma Alice Taylor. And I think, yeah, you say everything. Maybe if you know, and one thing that she was struggling with have to do with the positions of our president in the church. You know, oh God be God. Anyway, help us share the show, and you'll be hearing more. You look, you will hear most of these things from our people. Some of us will pass through these things. We pass through these things. So that's why we are not missing our voice. That's why we are not finding any kind of more suitable word to use when we hear. Let me tell some of you today, maybe you don't know. You can say what you want to say. You can do any kind of thing you want to do. But as long as I have this opportunity to speak to the power that be, we will talk. Because we know. What the lady saying? Some of us will pass through these things. Yes, 100%. Are you to sell down water, sir? We just sell sachets. We just sell plastic bag. No, we sell these things. We just sell biscuit just to survive. Looking for opportunity. Thinking that, yes, that when the leadership get to power, they will think about you, but not you. They're always there for themselves, for their little family. They forget about the rest of the other people. But let's move on. She was asking about the deacon. The president is deacon, but help us share the show, people. Yeah, so the role of a deacon. Maybe you don't know, some of you don't know these people. They are, oh yeah, a strong woman, but let me be frank. I will not lie to you. Some of us, like some of you sitting here today, we passed through a lot of it. Look, my last struggle that I ever passed through, even before coming into the media, was cardboard. That's where I started knowing Jeremiah come from. Some of you don't even know. 2011. By that time I was doing cardboard work on the bus, and Jeremiah come, and then he chatted our boss, because you know the boss was, you know, man, some of us, when we into a team, man, yeah, you know, take care of the boss, you see the boss shining. You know what I mean? I was the only kind of cap area. I don't want to bring some of the thing out, because every time when we think about this kind of thing, tears can be running down from our eyes. But you want us to come here in the microphone and lie to our people. Yeah, things fine. The people, they trying you, they doing the work. They lie. Nobody trying. But I want to move straight to the role of the deacon. So some of you today, you've been asking, oh, the role of the deacon. Yeah, you know, you can't talk, oh, my brother, that's the thing. I like that. Yeah, we're still fighting. And God there. Actually, God is there. That's why when we come here, we don't want to lie. Because when we lie to people, then the God that we serve will be looking and say, no, I took you from that small community so that you can also be that witness that will also talk and stand up for people. You know, some of us, whenever God changed our lives, we forget about where God take us from, and we low down other people, insult other people. In fact, we don't even care. Why not? When I move people, Mom will soon be here. Steve will join us very, very soon. Let me see. I don't know. I'll share the link around, but quickly, let me move now. Let me share the link around quickly. So the word of the deacon. A deacon is an ordained minister in the Christian church, especially for the Catholic, for the Anglican or other laws, and some Protestant traditions start with a 3-4 ministry of service. So the role of the deacon is to assist. Let me just make it short for our people out there. Is to assist the bishops, the priest, focusing on helping the poor. That's the role of the deacon there. So if a deacon can't help you, then we'll help you again. Because that, look, some of you sometimes when you hear about the 5,000 bread, you know, that Jesus Christ, the faith and so forth, like, yeah, all this story, right? The people that were sharing the fish and bread. Let me just make it simple so that you can understand. The people that were sharing the fish and bread, that they were doing, that the deacon worked them there. So help, reach out to poor, reach out to the needed people, reach out to these people. So if you are deacon, you can reach out to poor people. You want me to come in and praise? Yeah, the deacon is doing well. The deacon is trying. The deacon, which deacon? That was just the show be at. But again, so many things, people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Actually, on a very serious note, these are things that are not well, are not good. And the worst about everything is that our religious people also who supposed to clean the eyes of the people, because you got to take the coal. Yeah, you got to take the coal from your eyes. You got to clean your eyes. That's the only way that you will see. So let me look at Mananseri video also. What we do the sharing of the show. Mananseri also talk about the 2 minute noise. Hey God. Anyway. God be good. Yeah. They carry the wheelbarrow and all the market, mama. Thank you. Let me look for Mananseri video where she talk about the 2 minute noise in a rural community. One community get 50 churches. It's enough business. Then for gospel. Logically, let me freak. If you think it's not for business, then for what purpose? If people live in a community that have maybe about 4,000 to 5,000 people residing in that community, they have 50 churches or mosques. So if it's not for business purpose, then which one is the purpose? How come the people who claim that they love God so dearly to their heart, they are 100% divided, that they are not able to go on 100 to serve God? Because everybody want to be master. I'm the general overseer. I'm the owner of the church. I'm the owner of the school. I'm the owner of the hospital. I'm the general overseer. Everybody want to be general overseer. That's why we have another. I'm looking for the video quickly. Let me see what the video. I want to play the video. But again, Mananseri was right. Mananseri said there are so many noise in the community that are disturbing people. I know about the club is worst. And the EPA come out one time and say, yeah, we will control the issue of noise. We will do this. We will make sure that at least the issue of noise, maybe you can see all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, the noise still continue. Our people are suffering. Just listen to the lady. After setting through all the day, the woman go home to rest her mind. Only for one speaker to be shut. What are you saying? Well, God, Father, help us. Anyway, Monk is here. Let me bring more on board. It is terrible for us as people. And we gotta be frank and speak truth to power. And not be acting like because we want to, Monk, my brother, good evening. Welcome. Mark?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear. You are good to go, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Be here today's Saturday weekend edition of the SK TV. On the weekend it's not too much about the politics, or about the other social issue. And the former president, she's right. She's late. We've been saying it for the longest on SK TV. But I guess the society for you, I believe I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I understand spirituality, but at a certain point in time, they say where your rights ends is where other people's rights begin. You can't have churches and mosques all over the place and just disturbing other people's life. People must sleep. People must rest. We don't already have zoning law in Liberia that we follow. So you come from struggling throughout the day. The vast majority of our people, they are day hustlers. They must go on the field every day to make ends meet. When they come home, that little quiet time where they're supposed to rest their body, someone just on the loudspeaker just blasting the community in the name of 40 days fast and prayer and 30 days, and every week is another 40 days. So it become an issue. I mean, you only got 365 days in a year. I mean, if you're going to be getting in 40 days prayer every other 3 weeks, then I don't know when the whole 40 days will come to an end. By the time you make your mind, then the entire year is gone. And It's not good. Melbourne, sleep is very important for your body. Most of your cells, the regeneration of your body when it comes to re-energizing, almost like the way you can use your phone, eh? And when your phone go off charge, you plug your phone for it to recharge in order for the program to run. That's how sleep is. The lack of sleep, it leads to so many things, sicknesses and diseases in your body. So think about you on a constant stress, going out there in the sun, hustling, and just when it's time for you to take that little nap to get energy for the next day, somebody come and disrupt your sleep. Do you know that the lack of sleep it can make your hormones to be imbalanced? It can even lead to blood sugar issue, blood pressure issue. You don't know that it can disrupt your whole circadian rhythm.
So many things, my brother, but go ahead. So many things that are involved with the issue of sleep. That way you don't sleep, my brother, you are causing serious harm.
Hormonal imbalance. That's it to your body.
You are causing serious harm.
Yeah.
And Monk, we'll come back maybe to the issue or maybe of so many clubs in your community. But let's go back to our religious people, Monk. Like for example, if you have a community that have maybe about 4,000 to 5,000 maybe residents or maybe people there, and you have close to 100 churches, Monk, for what purpose?
You saying something or you asking me a question?
I'm asking for what purpose? That these churches will be maybe after 4 or 5 houses, you see one church. After another 4 or 5 houses, you see another church. So I'm asking you, are they there for spiritual things or are they there for business? What are they really want to achieve? I want to know this today, that every community will be having so many churches here and there or mosques.
Well, the one thing that I know, even if you read the Bible, but like we Christians, I can tell people Christianity is a lifestyle, it's not a religion. Most people don't understand that. The people who call themselves Christian are people who claim to copy or emulate the life of Christ. And even Christ's ministry on the planet, he never created or opened a church. You notice that? Even though churches as it, Christ himself never opened a church. He was more into evangelism and going out there and preaching and helping the poor and feeding the hungry and creating shelter for people and you performing miracles. That's why it is, right? I'm not saying that churches shouldn't.
No, you're right, Mom. That's why when you go back to the Bible, it says, "Go out there and make disciples."
That was the great commission. Is the most important thing that Christ or even God was interested in bringing more souls to Christ. It was not about authority. It was not about creating churches. It was not about, because the more thing is mostly economical. And what I keep saying, everything comes down to the economy. Maybe poverty is a bad thing. Human beings always find a way to survive. Look, let me tell you something. I was listening to the late Dr. Monroe one time. He said prayer is not a substitute of success. Success follow discipline and follow rules. That's why you can see, I tell folks, look, I pray, I believe in God. God does work. But things that I'm supposed to do, I cannot replace it with God. No, I can fast for 40 days and 40 nights, my brother, miracle, and not only miracle, but success and prosperity will not come to me. Because if that was the case, the country that don't pray 40 days and 40 nights, they are still prosperous than 90% of the countries in Africa. So why it tells you, it means that God is not answering our prayer? No, it just means that the thing that we keep praying for is not how God operates. You want to be successful, you got to come up with an idea or business or open something to become successful. You must follow certain principles to guarantee success. Prayer is not going to help you. And there's what happens. When you are in poverty, when you are unproductive, the next thing you look forward to, you think that somebody beyond the cloud will throw you manna from the sky. That's one of the reasons people draw to religion. That's why I keep saying, you got to study your own religious teaching in the Bible. It told you that. Even from Genesis, the Bible been telling you about productivity and expansion and profit. So what he think he was telling you? He was training you to be productive. The whole idea that you can just pray and something going to change for you, that's a lie. It will never happen. So the churches believe that there is a market out there. There are people out there who are desperate for quicker result. So what do you think they are going to do? They are going to market it. They are going to weaponize it for their own benefit, because at the end of the day, it comes down to money and power. Like you said, you got 50 churches in one community. Some of them cannot even just boost a membership of more than 20. But why do they want to open their own church? Because they want to control the finances. One man want to eat it. So that's why I said, when you look at the government and you look at the religious structure, it's almost the same. That's why even politicians want to weaponize it too. They believe that, you know what, I can go out there, I can kill people, I can do the worst of things. All I need to do, as you say, I repent. Because Christianity says we should forgive 70 times 7. But nobody asks, why should somebody offend you 490 times that you should be forgiving it one after another? And people will still fall for it. So over the past 30 to 40 years, all our leaders are gravitating to religion because it's the easiest way to brainwash people and to get their support. So we are in open church. President Toba was a Baptist preacher. Charles Taylor, well gone. He say you're a pastor too. The same trend one after another because they see it. It's a marketing tool. It's a political tool. So they will try to weaponize it to the best of their knowledge. And like you said, it's all about money and control and power. Title. You know, they go there, they get things free. People guarantee them 1/3 of their income. I think I heard you and Steve. I wasn't on the show, but I heard you and Steve talking about the Levi group. And when you go do or when you do studies on the Levi, one thing you didn't cover was the fact that when it came down to inheritance, the Levites were never given land inheritance. It was one of the main reasons why they were giving that 1/10 or that 10% in terms of a tithe. Because it's not only about being the tabernacle or in the temple praying, they were never giving land inheritance as compared to the other 11 sons of Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
So it was their own way of compensating for not getting a land. You see, I think I said land is legacy. Land is very important. Even during biblical time, there was no. I mean, land dispute had caused the most problem in the world in terms of conflict anywhere in human history than any other political issue. So land issue is tied into that, and that one of the many reasons the Levites were given 10% of the tithe, because when they came down to the inheritance of Israel, they were never given a portion of the land as a tribe and as a group. So that was the way of compensating for not getting land giving them land in exchange for their inheritance or whatsoever it was. And that's why you see
and to that, Mark, actually you don't know everything, because even to that yesterday I also mentioned that how come we in Africa we are praying to go in the Western world, but I still to be corrected, I haven't seen any of the Western people following churches or maybe the Mark praying to come to Africa. So like you just said, my brother,
we're going to be the richest continent on the planet with all the resources, but they don't pray to come here. We can pray to, they don't pray to go over
there.
Can
you imagine Africa is the largest continent.
Second,
or we the first?
With the second, we just got more countries than any other continent on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, so with everything more that we also have here, and these are saying kind of more people that, for example, the religious people that we gave them these positions, we put them into, or maybe we made them father of the year, we made them mother of the year. The same people that are putting us into poverty. Then you're talking about some of the government officials, and you're right. May is around the corner, June around the corner. You will see all of the top government officials again becoming father of the year and becoming mother of the year. So you build these churches to make money, but not to make impact in the life of the people. Because if these churches were making impact more, I don't think because we are suffering from so many things. We are suffering from even issue of culture. We have no complete control of our own culture. No more decency anymore. None and there people can divorce anytime they want to. Know women don't want to listen to their husbands. Husbands do not want to listen to their wives, and all the kind of thing just continue to go over and over. And this same group of people that will go to this very religious era to go and worship.
You know, one time I was watching a video. It was a random YouTube video. They were talking about the Jews in history. They said the Jewish people make up less than 0.2% of the entire population in the world. But when you go back to thousands of years, they have been the most successful and the most prosperous group than any other religious group on the planet or any other culture. They control the banks in the world. They control economies. They are investors. They got some of the best lawyers, some of the best doctors, in everything. The Jewish people, they are one of the best in the world. So they asked this one guy, this rabbi, what was the secret of the Jew? The man said, but the secret of the Jew is not in hearing. It's in the Torah and the Talmud. The man said, we are the only group, we are the only religious people that perfected the art of getting wealth. We put it in like a system wherein we teach our children. We don't pray for wealth, because wealth follow a particular step that you must follow, that it will be guaranteed for you to be successful in life in terms of money and businesses and control. So he said, we teach our children It's part of the Jewish tradition. That's why we got two books. We got the Torah, which is the spiritual aspect of Judaism. Then we get something called the Talmud, T-L-L-M-U-D. That's the practical application of spiritual principle that we put in another book. So 10,000 years from now, 20,000 years from now, the Jewish people will still dominate the rest of the world because we are the only group that perfected the art of getting wealth. No other religion teaches that except Judaism. I say, wow. Jewish rabbis saying that.
And that's a fact, Mark. Because most of the people that will go to these churches or mosques, they go there with their problem.
Yeah.
None of them go there to go and serve God just like that.
No.
But they go there.
You gotta have a program. Everything is culture. Everything is training.
Yeah.
On the way you are training, how you understand.
God has to help us and open our eyes so that we can see beyond ourselves. Or else we will continue to swim in poverty in Africa. And the religious people, now the politicians, they are the one now controlling the entire system. They are the one controlling everything that you think about. So the noise pollution that Manasali talk about, she's right. And I saw most of them today, even when we posted that on our Facebook page, most of them were even complaining. Other people said, where behind my window, the church getting me allowed me to sleep. Amen. Council of churches. We said these things times without numbers.
My
continue to say these things day in and day out. The issue of having 50 million churches here and there will make no impact. You know, Mark, we used to hear about few churches that back then when we were coming up, that used to, make impact, give food, give, so many things before that we don't hear about. Oh, yeah, continue the church begin continue to give out things free of charge to the poor people here and there. But all of the 50 churches into the communities, the communities stay poor. No impact. The communities still running, coming to the politicians, still seeking help, crying for SOS call. Even when someone's sick in the community, the church is there, but the church is not able to even make zero contribution in the life of that person. That person will either get sick. And the worst part about it, some of you are listening to us today, then you're talking about the 40-day prayer and 40 days and that all the kind of thing. When you are when the members, some of the members sick, they will take that member to the church and be praying for the member in the name of, the Holy Spirit will come and heal the member. Some of them, look, I lost one of my one lady that died before when I was living in the bypass. Her girl was sick. I don't know what comes to the people's mind. They want to try to get to the church. Mom, when the sickness start to, how can call, when the sickness get worse now, they say, no, I think you're going to care to other GFK. Mom, the thing I'm telling you, my brother.
Let me respond. Usually I don't respond to comment. I see Moluba writing some beautiful nonsense that he think he's making sense. He's talking about how Jewish people were giving reparation. Jewish people were rich before even World War II. All the major financial investment institutions in the world before 1940 or 1945. Matter of fact, the reason the Holocaust even occurred because the terrorists in Germany, they were so envious of the Jews that were decided to execute them. So it means they were even wealthier in the world before even World War II. So which kind of a research you are doing? You don't read that history? We're talking about a tradition and a culture that have been wealthy for thousands of years, and you're telling me about World War II. What nonsense is that? Isn't that why the gas chamber were from? Because they thought they could suppress them. You don't know, even in the Arab war in the Middle East, the country you call Iran today, Persia. Do you know that Jewish people control the whole of Persia up to the 1900s when the religious group took over? You don't understand that? You don't know that all the banks in the war. How you think that happened? That was even before World War II. So what are you talking about research? I don't think you can read that much. Because if you can really read it, you'll understand why they were targeted during World War II. Go back to Egypt. Go and read the history. Even though they were enslaved, no. But when it comes to banking and financing, they have been the basic. They have laid the standard for investment banking. What are you talking about?
I'm not going to argument that you want to bring about the black. I don't want to go to this kind of color thing. So we're talking about So it's not about the color. It's just about the mindset. It's just about the way we do things. For me, that's the kind of thing. I know some of you will get into your feelings and feel that maybe we want to spoil your business, like what Steve was saying yesterday. We're not spoiling nobody's business. We're opening the eyes of our people because we got to graduate. How long will this thing continue? Especially in this age and time. The same speaker that people criticized yesterday, the same microphone that you criticized yesterday, the same smartphone that you criticized yesterday, the same tablet that you criticized yesterday, you are not using everything. But you want me to believe that you are doing spiritual thing. How come your spiritual thing can bring you sound system that you use so that people can get you? Don't, no, you got to stop. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, my mom.
Go ahead.
They criticize all of these things. They say most of these things were demonic. Even up to date, there are a lot of people, they don't, some churches, like someone was just telling me not too long, I think they said one other church, the people, they can dress from, I don't know, from head to toes. In fact, you don't easily see the women here. I said, well, for me, I don't have a problem with that dress code. But then they're talking about, in fact, they don't eat the other one, they don't eat the other side, they don't eat that. Oh, God, yeah, it's just interesting.
You know, it's so sad. You know, that's why I keep saying, I say we need a total or mental makeover, because it's not happening only in Liberia. It might be common in Liberia, only Liberia you are exposed to, but other parts of Africa, you go to other African countries, my brother, why do you think that is the case? Why do you think people will spend more time? The same Bible or the religious book that tell you to be productive. The Bible says be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion. Genesis 1:27-28. The first book in the Bible, it gives you the blueprint that God does not give you what you pray for. God only give you what you can manage because He wants you to multiply. Anything that you can perform excellence in multiplication become automatic. That's just how life is. Melbourne, let me give you a typical example. One of the poorest countries in the world, the Democratic Republic of Congo. In terms of mineral wealth, they are the richest country on the planet. People put their wealth to be like $24 trillion. But the average person in Congo live on less than $2 a day. They got copper, they got manganese, they got lithium. Some of the most high-end rare earth element is in Congo. But why do you think they still remain one of the poorest countries on the planet? And they pray every day. Yeah, they seem to pray in Africa. All over the world. Why do you think that is the case? Because wealth, it does not go by prayer. They got people that don't use that prayer, but still they are wealthy. So the whole idea that you can pray and things will get better for you, that's a lie. Prayer is supposed to be your daily devotion. It's not something that it's something that you are required to do as a spiritual practice.
But the Bible says pray without ceasing.
I don't need to be
when you want to make prayer to look like somebody gotta be shouting.
Yeah. It's a prayer without ceasing.
Some of you, the way you are even praying, the Bible even against that. You don't even know. The way you shouting for people to be seeing you praying, acting like all that thing you're doing, man, dear. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking, I always say, some of you, your pastor, they can read the Bible for you people. But there are things you can do. You are also far from God. You know, you just talk about one of the other old book. Even if you go back to the book of Numbers, you know, there's something that happened. But then the guy that used to go to war, but they will pray for before going to war. But when they notice that, you know, whenever they go to war, sometimes they will lose a lot of manpower. So they say, no, something going on. And then maybe God is not happy with us. So they continue, you know, they were on that praying, you know, overnight and to find solution. But they were still thinking that, in fact, that prayer not say answer. Not new in their midst, someone, or in fact, two other people that were doing funny thing. And in the book of Numbers, they came God first, and killed them. God said, no. And now what I told you to do. So again, their situation increased. So there are things you can do to you that you're doing the right thing, but at the end of the day, you're not even seeing God around you, God far from you. The first thing is, you're speaking to people in the name of you speaking in tongue. You disturb the entire service. And so you're teaching the word of God. You are now, I don't know, confusing the people. At the end of the day, so many people, they learn nothing. Nothing they learn from the entire service. Because you're shouting, you're speaking in tongue, you're doing all kinds of things that people know nothing about.
No, because the reason, because people choose to be brainwashed. If you read the Bible, especially in the New Testament, like I said, the Great Commission was all about evangelism. It was all about spreading the good news. It was not about prosperity. Gospel. No. The reason being prosperity, gospel sells a lot because it gave you fake hope. And people who want to leverage your money, why you think they're going to talk about prosperity all day? But why the prosperity is not happening to you? How many persons in the church in Labro will open the line and tell you that you got wealthy just by praying? 10 will not be able to tell you.
Want to know today?
Yeah.
Then we won't talk about any kind of money.
Let's say who never did a business or follow certain protocol that just got rich from praying. Praying does not guarantee wealth. Praying is your daily devotion to God. I must pray. Whether I get food to eat, whether I'm broke, whether I'm sick, it's a daily necessity. It has nothing to do with prosperity. Prosperity follows certain protocol. That's why you see why I said the Jewish people. Who said that thing? He said, laws were meant to guarantee success. Anything in this world, you go by law, whether you got natural law, whether you got physical law, scientific law. Anything that go up must come down. Maybe when I throw a ball in the sky, do I need to pray for it to come down?
No.
Because I know gravity is a law. Gravity will bring it down, no matter how long it's spent in the air. It's the same way. Laws are meant to guarantee success. When you follow certain protocol, the result is imminent. You cannot stop that result from happening. But this whole idea that you can go to church for 40 days and 30 nights and praying and drinking holy oil and buying something and wear garment to put over here, that it will never work. I bet you, like I said, open the lines. Let's hear from our people.
But more quickly, even time for football game, their own pastors, which but sometimes some of these things can just be glaring in the simplest form. But because our people, their eyes, their minds stay blank. Time for football game, you will see that pastor maybe who come from maybe from Lofa or maybe Nima or maybe from Losa. You will see the mention a team. Why they can't go carry Holy Spirit?
Yeah.
Let them make a Holy Spirit. But not more. Quickly last evening, I want us to also maybe to see this also. I posted that because it was one of my friends. I also posted this, and I also posted it also on my page. Again, I wonder how these Westerners convince Africans that polygamy is a sin. Same people, they say that polygamy is a sin, and homosexuality is human right. No, then we buy it.
Yeah. The whole idea, that's why I said, I think it was 2 days ago, I said the whole thing is about population control. It's reverse psychology, it's deep brainwashing. Because we all know that from dating back to prehistoric time, our great-great-grandparent had numerous wives. That was the protocol. It was not only limited to a particular religion. Even in Judaism, they were married to so many wives. Even the man who's the father of many nations, Abraham, he had Hagar and Sarah. Right? They had so many wives. So why do you think that was the whole essence? It was all about extending your legacy. It was all about maintaining the status quo of society. Society cannot function if you break the fundamentals of the family unit. The family unit is the most important thing in society. In order for a culture or a generation to extend, you must reproduce. It's part of life. So if somebody comes and tell you that, oh, you can engage into homosexuality, no, what they are literally doing, they are waging a war on your culture and family value. That's just what it is. It's nothing more than that. So for me, I'm not going to dwell on that, on that argument. I know the intent already. I have studied it religiously. I know the target, what they are trying to achieve in terms of institutional control and population reduction or suppressing the growth of population. So it's nothing to argue about. The only thing here is, I just said Madam Salif is late to the show. I know she was elderly citizen by now, and she was a former president. She's a state figure. So again, that she came a little bit late to the show because we've been saying these things on this platform for the longest. And it's not only church or churches, even mosques or other religious institutions, even though you don't have too many. I think Christianity and Islam, they are the two most practiced religions, but it's just the reality, my brother. If you cannot do what you cannot do, everything go by law. And our sister just said it right. The law of sowing and reaping. When you plant a seed, you don't need to pray or fast before it can grow. It will grow. Once you follow the protocol that you put a seed into the ground, you water it, you cultivate the soil, the seed is going to grow. You don't need to fast 40 days and 40 nights for a seed to grow, because the law of sowing and reaping is a law. And like I said, laws are meant to guarantee success. You don't pray for them. You just need to do what you need to do and follow the process, and that will be it. So the whole idea that we can tend to religion because we want prosperity. Matter of fact, maybe it's one of the reasons God does not enter our prayer, because we're not even seeking God. Then we're trying to do God like an ATM. So it means your whole worship and prayer is not done genuinely. And if it's not
demanding from God.
Yeah.
Exactly what? We are demanding. We are even praying with sincerity. People keep asking. People asking for marriage. People asking for this. People asking for that. People asking for traveling. People, can you imagine? A man of God will come and tell you that I need 50% to count this out. Those of you that want to travel, you see them on this side. And we're thinking that it's right. We're thinking that it's the best thing to do just because you want to travel. So and more than you said, it's just because of poverty. All these things go back to the poverty, man, brother. So they will always use our people. And some of you, I must say, you're fasting, maybe you can go for men, maybe for you and men to get understanding. Look, work on yourself. The Steve said yesterday. Everything right in the same Bible, in the same book, is there. The Bible said the older woman should be able to teach the younger woman about how to love their children and respect their husbands in the Bible. Everything you think about the Moses is in the Bible. But because we don't want to read the Bible and practice what the Bible is saying, no. But you prefer to listen to Mabel, and Mabel will tell you the way you feel, the way you want you to go. Can you imagine more quickly before you come on? A pastor from nowhere who was struggling. I followed one of the other debate from Nigeria between two pastors, Pastor Dalima and Dr. Damina and one other pastor. The pastor said he can't follow poor pastor. Do you imagine though? Another man of God throwing talk on another man of God that he can't follow poor pastor. Someone was so they start to bring all of his video, his photos during those days, Mark, when he was struggling. So that's a serious contradiction. How come today now, because you feel now the people offering, the people tar, make you rich. So now you are saying now that you can't follow poor pastor. You follow these things. Today, go see most of the pastors today are in Liberia. Most of them, they are young pastors. Young pastors in Liberia, they are all sitting at the low, fancy, right out of the best of cars. You think that I don't know how to, or maybe how to even call it. Maybe you think that it's just a normal thing to say, yeah, it's spiritual. The pastor is powerful. Just imagine most of our sisters, before they go to most of the churches, they'll be looking for the one that are powerful, the one that are not powerful.
Yeah, because they want to buy they want to buy the miracle. They want the result. That's why I keep saying maybe it's one of the reasons that God cannot answer our prayer, because we came to God for the wrong reason. God didn't tell us that we should come to Him when we want miracles to happen, because, like I said, you want to treat it like an ATM. You want automatic withdrawal, and that's not how it works. Maybe the problem is we got people who don't like to read. Reading is a very important thing, and when you notice, because if you are given a book that you religiously practice throughout your life, and you're born, I was born in a Christian home, I was born in a Christian nation, all that. When you can't even understand the simple principle of the book that you claim to read, then it means you have a reading problem. Because let's talk about prosperity. There are a lot of men at the Bible that were very wealthy back in the day, looking at what we call wealth today, whether it was Job, Jacob, David, Solomon, Boaz, Nicodemus, even Zacchaeus, the tax collector, he was very wealthy. King Solomon, one of the richest men that ever lived. Now, if you go and read about them, which one of them the Bible ever mentioned about praying to get wealthy? Every single one of them were engaged in some kind of activity, whether it was in business, whether it was in industry. They were all like Matthew, the tax collector, revenue generator, and that's a guaranteed income. Why do you think he became wealthy? Because he was collecting revenue. Or men like Job that expanded his wealth in terms of his cattle, his farm. He was into agriculture. That's how he got rich. He didn't pray for wealth. No, that's a lie. You don't pray for wealth or success or prosperity.
But you had to work.
Yeah, these things follow a particular rule. Even the Bible said tell you to work. That's why one man of God said, God never gave you finished product. He gave you resources. He gave Adam tree, and Adam could make a bed. He could make a table or a bench out of a tree. He didn't give him tree or table. No, he didn't give him bench or chair. He gave him a tree, right? He turned the tree into a table or bed or a chair. So if you got the idea that you will not work, I don't know. The wealthiest people in the world are some of the hardest working people. Some of them can barely sleep. All day they are thinking, coming up with ideas. They are working. Even in the great America, look at all the Western countries in the world. They work in terms of physical hours than any other part of the world. Go and do your research, maybe. Why do you think they increase the retirement age in America now to, I think, 72? People work here to death because if you cannot work, the moment you start producing and you start consuming more than what you can produce, you fall into poverty. That's simple law. When you want to be wealthy, you got to produce more than what you can consume. If you want to live in poverty, then consume more than what you can produce. That's just simple mathematics. If you can consume more than what you can produce, you will be in poverty. If you can produce more than what you consume, you will be in surplus or you'll be in wealth. That's our law. It's a simple math. So the idea that you will go to church and you guys are just or they're respecting city ordinance and you embarrassing other people, making life more difficult for them. They cannot get a good night rest. It's just absurd. And we saw that happening even in Rwanda. That had more than 6,000 churches and mosques were shut down. The president said, no, you got to reset the standard to even open a church. When you open a church, you got to meet certain benchmarks, certain protocol. The physical location, the kind of a resource you have available. You got to have a man or woman bathroom. You got to have emergency. You need people that should be working and getting paid. Even the ushers and people that are in the church, they should be getting paid. Because how are they going to survive? They're not going to live on prayers.
And that's the point. But at the end of the day, Mom, only the pastor. All of the churches today, if not so, maybe 95% of the churches or mosques, they only care about paying the pastor and maybe the assistant pastor, and that's it. Then the other churches have been by individual. How will you run organization like that? That only you that oversee everything. But people still going there. They still carrying their money. You have to collect huge sum of money. In fact, you have to tax people that people should pay their amount. The other people, the women win, the youth win, the other group of people. Most of the money years in, years out. Where this money is going?
Maybe when you come to this country, I pray one day you will be here. Most of the churches here, they got their board, wherein they got their account department. The pastor is on a salary. He's not the one that even control the money. The church got her own financial board. They determine how much they spend on their operating expense in terms of tax, property tax, electricity. They pay people like ushers, organists, people that work in the church, their own salary, just like the men of God. The men of God are giving a particular salary. So there's whole idea that one man can just control the entire finances of the church. Matter of fact, the people that are carrying, preaching the whole thing of prosperity, they are setting up a foundation for their children. They got schools. Why do you think they will open school? Because they know they will get money. That's a guarantee. People must go to school. It's a profitable business. So the same man who telling you about prosperity by prayer, he's setting up all the institutions by which he can generate money for himself and his children and become more wealthier at your expense. And you are there praying 40 days and 40 days. So sometimes I don't blame them. It's not only their lack of reading and understanding of their own spiritual or religious book. It's just the programming and just what people were taught to follow. And when you do things repeatedly, it becomes part of you, Mabel. That's
and the worst thing about it is among you myself, I've been talking to people thinking that maybe that will fight. They say they always using all kinds of statements. Oh, you don't fight the kingdom of God. what kind of people be there? What kind of people? And you're right. How they make them to believe that by the time you are critical look, Jesus Christ was open to even conversations. Yeah. Some of us will just go down, we not want to come on the radio and just be talking about but Jesus Christ, let more say, how come Jesus Christ was not into some kind of a hall or horse or maybe something like church headquarters and living there and people coming to him? No. But he said, no, let me go to these people and hear from them. Let's have a conversation. And how most of these things today that we're all hearing today, that most of it came out. Even when people are asking Jesus Christ, how can one be born again? You think when Jesus Christ is going to be to the church house, monk, you think someone going to ask that question?
No.
Nobody going to ask. So Jesus Christ was walking to these people.
That's what they call it the Great Commission. Why you think in the book, I think in the book of Matthew, where he said when you go to evangelize and the president refused to give the good news, you should knock the dust off your feet and leave. He never imposed even religion on you. It's a free will. He said, go out there, make disciples of your own and spread the good news. But even if you encounter people who don't want to accept the message, just knock the dust off your feet and leave. So he even tell you that no, evangelism carries more weight than even your prayer in the kingdom of God. Because that's the whole idea about Christianity and following the life of Christ. Evangelizing. But like I said, now it's not about salvation anymore. It's all about money because people have weaponized the whole spirituality thing. And the people who they are praying on, they refuse to learn. Their own Bible, the Bible written in English, you can read. I don't need a man of God to come and read the Bible to me. That's why it came from Hebrew to Greek to Latin before English. So if it's in English, why you cannot just think for yourself and just read for once? Because everything that you need, like I said, everything about the Bible is the greatest seller ever in human history. Everything.
The problem there, Mark, I agree with you 100%. The problem there is that when we squander our own opportunity, let me tell you, Mark, maybe, like, for example, maybe working for a little money, instead of maybe investing, maybe refuse to invest. I tend to want to be drunker, or maybe I tend to some kind of a smoker or drugs person, or some kind of behavior. So after squandering my opportunity, now I start to look for the way we just said not too long, we start to catch God now. Right, maybe want to catch God, for God to perform miracle, for God to look. Don't waste your time. Life, the stages, the time, and everything that has been set. The principle is there. God put everything in place. They live with honor to either abide by these things and live a decent life. You know, Mark, and most of the people that people were using, they are our mothers, our sisters. For me, I can feel sorry for them because they are the ones that they use mostly because they feel that these people, they have some kind of witchcraft. Can you imagine? You're looking at your old mom and dad who struggle hard to bring you on this earth just because they are poor. You call them witchcraft. Just because they are poor. So they are the one behind you. They are the one making you to be drunker. Oh, my money. Look at kind of thing that people can go for prayer for more. My money can stay in my hand. I can't understand my money.
No, because you don't have management skill. That way money can stay in your hand. You don't know how much to invest. You don't know how much to eat. You don't know how much to reinvest in the business. So that way your money cannot stay in your hand. Nobody take your money from your hand. And at the end of the day, that's why one man of God said we can end up lying on the devil more than the devil can even lie for himself. Because everything every shortcoming of ours, our ignorance, the next person we try to target, it's the devil. It's something like spiritual fault. That's a lie. You are just not disciplined. You just don't know what it takes to be investing into your business, how much to spend, how to manage your money, where to make the right investment. So nobody is taking money about you're going to go to pray. That's nonsense. It doesn't work like that.
A young guy reached out to me also last evening after the show. The guy was explaining something to me, and he said, "Mabel, you imagine our home. I'm not doing anything, you know." And this person reached out to me, you know, and said, "Oh, I want to empower you to give you a back." So after the person finished giving him a back, and according to him, he said, he took the model back, he carried to the church to pray over it, which of course he did. He said when he carried after that, the pastor told him that the first seed, that means the first day or the report money, he should carry to him. So you know, asking me for my own. I said, well, you already. I said, was the pastor was the one that even empower you? He said, no. I said, okay, but I carry it. The pastor said, you carry your person. You are sitting doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Young people are sitting doing nothing. Somebody empower the young guy instead of you to tell that young guy that the person that empower you, moving forward, even for the rest of your life, even if their empowerment lead you to another thing, don't forget them, don't forget their children, don't forget their family, and make sure that you be a good child. Well, you tell the person that bring the first seed, let me eat the first.
You know, one time we had a discussion. I said, just by looking at the religious structure in Liberia, if we were doing things in the systematic order, I think the church with the number of followers, we are able to even transform the economy in Liberia, right? Okay, maybe if our men of God, if our pastors, if you know, in every church you got professional people, we got accountants, we got bookkeepers, we got business people. All the 40 days you can be fasting. Why not hold professional seminar in the church where you can be training the member? Like seminar. Let's say you look at all the people that are professional people that are bankers. They can meet on a Wednesday, maybe evening time, 1 or 2 hours in a week, and teach people how to manage a small business. Why if the church were to engage into agriculture and open their own farm and put their own members on the farm to run the farm so that they can produce rice and put it in bag and sell it and bring more revenue? Why about empowerment? I'm not against prayer. Okay, yeah, prayer, we will all pray. Like I said, prayer is a daily necessity. It's an obligation that you must do irrespective of what's happening in your daily life. But what about the other aspect? Why about giving them macro loans? The money you collect. Yeah.
That's the light. Break them up.
Why not look at some people with business acumen or business idea? Why not invest in their life rather than 40-day fasting? No. You are the one. You are the man of God. You control all the finances, but no, you are not even empowering people in your church. And the money you claim to be using comes from the same poor people that keep giving their offering in that time. Can you imagine if somebody gave you 1/10 of everything that they earn and you got thousands of members? You are guaranteed to be wealthy. But why you cannot buy an apartment and rent it out to your member for little or for cheap, send out the church money? If the average 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment costs you $125 more, you can give it to your member for $50. The one that cannot afford to pay how to start that. Why you cannot empower them? Isn't that why the church is supposed to be for? To help the weak and the vulnerable, the poor?
More.
Why you
It's
can't
just
do
that in fact, you even far more, but I wanted to put you on my back. Yeah, I think you just said everything. Because more, if you go back to the book of Matthew, that's a light. They say, we Christian or Christ follower, we are the light. And you can't mix the light and darkness, the light will shine. More, you just know everything. But they won't do it. If we were to audit any of the banks, maybe accounts and so forth, most of the million dollar name around, you will see the churches name there. They prefer the money to be into the viewer banks. Let the money be there. Let the money sit down to the bank. The pastor alone be acting and he's a source one, source all. When you're ready to preach, everybody be doing people are worshiping you, they don't know. Sometimes we got to come to our senses. The way you are portraying yourself, you make it for people to worship you on this earth. And everything you said, my brother, that's a fact. That's why today Africa will continue to be poor. Because the religious people, the pastors in Africa, they are millionaires. But the churches in Europe, they are the richest churches. Here we have the poor churches, but rich pastors. Go to the viewer banks. Audit.
I want to say people don't read
the banks.
That's why I said they don't read.
Millions of dollars into the churches' accounts. And they're just keeping them. What you keeping them for? Nobody know. What you keeping this money for? No one know.
Yeah. Instead of reinvestment.
Can we now make fun for our people? Can we not create job for the Christian community? Okay, some will love the religion so much. Can we not have, yes, this is a Christian community fund, or this is a Muslim community fund. Can we not do this thing now and see?
And empower people and giving them loan because they are in the church. Matter of fact, when you give them loan, the business group, who you think going to benefit the most because they got to come back and pay tax. And tax is based on the amount that you get, that the reward that you get. So maybe if I give you a business, let's assume that a church look at a struggling mom with 3 kids and give her $1,000 to start a small business. When that business succeed, who you think going to get more time offering? The same church.
It's the same church.
Right?
You know, like you guy with a motor bag that you want to eat the milk first. You match it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You try to empower the bank, but you want to eat his first food.
Yeah.
Then what happened to the person who sacrifice, who take the high-end money and empower that boy? No, that one.
Or what about the one with school? The one that use the church resources to build schools. Why you cannot get the church children, the members, why you can get them free tuition and charge the outsider because they're not part of the church? Because that would be a fair thing to do. Their parent pay offering. So if you're not church and your child goes to that school, you shouldn't be paying school fee. Maybe the outsider should be the one paying school fee to maintain the day-to-day operation of the school. But the church member
now will say, oh no, it's like something is ongoing because the religious people, even anything we do here, they will go accountable because they themselves they are doing the right thing. Mom, you just said something very, very profound. That means we will get to the right way. But they will look at him and brother.
Yeah, they should be giving first preference, maybe 20, that gets a 50 to 75% discount because they are the one that paying tithe and offering for the church to even function. So you cannot charge them. You cannot charge their children. Then that double taxation, it makes no sense. So you gotta run your scheme. You're not running a religious, you are running your scheme. You are running a profitable business. The only difference is this profitable business benefit only one man, the rest of the people, because you are brainwashed them to look up to some man behind the cloud where they don't understand. You know, one time I was talking to one of my big brothers. I said when you read the Bible, I think in the book of Isaiah, God says something. He said that why I said the whole thing about prayer is a necessity. It's not because you got expectation, because you cannot tell when, why, and how God works. And in the Bible, in the book of Isaiah 55, he said, where it says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my way. For as the heaven is higher than the earth, so are my wills and thoughts higher than yours. So I said, okay, I guess typical example right there. So it means even the thing that I'm praying for, if God can already predict the unknown, maybe I might be praying for the wrong thing, and He may not even give me what I'm praying for. Because I'm limited as a human, and God is all powerful. So it means He can even see the unknown. So even though I got a physical need that I want car, but maybe God wants something bigger than a car, but I'm praying for a car. So you see how it works? So even when I'm praying for a car, God won't give me a car because that's not His true intent at the end of the day. Maybe you see the logic here? That's why I pray with expectation.
More. Why will you even pray for something that, for example, you are not even pilot, for example, but you want plane?
Mm-hmm.
And God looking at you.
Yeah, you know, you can manage your. You can even manage.
You don't even get food. The first thing to pray for, if you go back into the Lord's prayer, say, "Give me this day and my daily bread."
Yeah.
Give me this day and my daily bread. So if you can't pray for daily bread, you're not even able to even pray for long life. Well, what you are praying for is you won't get clean, you won't get this, you won't get that. Your one you want. God, look at it. Look at whatever. But
what's up? Welcome to the show. Even though you wear a boss schedule.
Yeah, sorry, but man. But I've been following me, but you. Yeah, how you call our pastor eating, and you have been deacon. Somebody will call your own eating.
They will call you eating,
eh? Money you should bring it so you can pray for him. For you to encourage the man, say, yeah, you need to carry it to the pastor. The pastor need to pray so that you can get more passion. You get the man hanging like I say, now the pastor gave you the back. You want me deacon? What goes around comes around. Oh, but grace you. Let Monk say something. You see, this thing sometimes I can be wondering, even if the men of God then can be doing this thing or ourselves. Because, for example, you will be in a church and then your pastor will collect offering. All the money they will collect, they will go and build a church. They will build a school right in our yard. And then some of you say that in the church, your children cannot afford. You can't afford to send your children to these schools. And the money the pastor generating the church, I don't know, maybe we tell us if that money can be given back to the church or whatsoever. I don't know, because I think if this church happy to build a school or whatsoever, any money generated from there should be used for the church. But most of the time, I don't know how they spend that money, and then we see the church members sending their children out to different schools. I think when you use the church money offering whatsoever to build a school, all the church members should be attending that school. If that school fee they will pay, let it pay, the money can right back to the church and you see what you can do. Again, sometimes it will be like, oh, pastor not get car, pastor can walk to car, pastor had to get on keke, you need to get on Bible, you need to get on Tessie to come to church. They will go collect money to buy car for the pastor. But when they say somebody in the church is sick, they need surgery, they need this, then the pastor will say, let's pray. Why the time the pastor getting on keke, bike and thing to come to church, you can pray for him. But when somebody dying, they need surgery and thing, they will say, oh, the pastor will say, let's pray for our sister, let's pray for our brother. Instead of the pastor saying, let's collect money so that we can be able to help our brother and our sister. You see, I don't really know if that the pastor themselves using us or if we agree to be used, then that's it. But this thing, they are not good. Like I saw certain thing in Nigeria, somebody posted, if churches could make a nation rich, then Nigeria going to be one of the richest nations in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you check in the richest pastor in the world, 5 for Nigeria, they are one of the richest pastor in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, where is Nigeria? The churches are just everywhere. One time, the neighbor, he posted something. I think one of the country they were shutting down churches because I think the church, in my mind, they helping to increase the poverty rate in some of these countries.
Oh yeah,
they helping to increase the poverty because you will make people you need to sow seed. They will go sell their cow, they sell their gold, they sell their sheep, all kind of things to come and sow seed. All day you sowing seed when you stay to the seed level. I can understand, but I don't like to say much into that because
yeah, you know, before they say, "Oh, Ali are different," they won't look at the water and say, "Oh, because they're Muslim men." No, that's the reality. In religion, it's not about what you believe; it's just the principle. That's just why it is. So even a Buddhist can say the same thing. It doesn't matter. That's why I keep telling people, I don't care about which religion you practice. It's up to you. That's a choice. That's a personal choice. But the fact of the matter is, the principle that follow a religion, that's what we all should be following. That's just why it is. Maybe let me just give you another instance. And I believe it's not the people, even though the people are victims, but it comes from the psychological programming. The reason in other areas in life, you are told to exercise deep thought. You are told to question things. You got to be a skeptic in life because people got motive as to why they do things. We were conditioned in religion not to question anything. Even if the thing doesn't make sense, we just have to believe. Right? So at the end of the day, it becomes very difficult for someone to question the motive of a man of God, whether you're an imam or your pastor, because that's how you were programmed. They program you that way. That no matter what they say, even the book, the spiritual book that you were given, even when they misinterpret it and do things that are not even scriptural, your job is not to question them. So it means you just got to go by the flow. Anything that says, it becomes law and gospel. So the question is, they train you that way so they can control you. That's just why it is. Because there are lots of things that you know don't make sense, but you dare not question the man of God. Because questioning him is supposed to be someone.
No, you don't do. Act. You don't do. When you do, and you just said more when you do, they see you as someone who be disrespectful. You want to disrespect the man of God. What makes some of you that they start saying all kind of now what you can live long, now what thing can happen to you, someone in the high or low, they just start to make things look like you don't question the man of God. No. You can be questioned.
Yeah, the man of God is
the man of God can be questioned.
God is
Who told you that you can question the man of God? Who told you that?
You can question him.
And like what Mon said, something Mon said, some of the young people who play these instruments in some of the churches. What are you doing for I'm living witness.
Yeah.
That most of the young guys, they will reach out to some of us behind the scene and be crying. Maybe I've been in the church for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
All the scholarship that will come, everything that will come, the pastor alone will take it and give it to the children.
Yeah. And that's a skill. He's supposed to be making a living off of that. You're supposed to be compensating him. A man will learn a skill. He take his time and dedicate his time to learn, to be good, to attain mastery in a particular area. And then you just want him because he can kind of tell he should just be playing organ for years.
Somebody playing drum, playing organ, all these things. Then he said, I just thank God, oh, Mama, you are blessed in the name of Jesus. You are blessed, Holy Ghost. You shall be prospered. What kind of thing is that?
And maybe here's the funny thing. Even in the secular aspect of musical band, one or two persons will have the talent to be the main vocalist, but still he got backup crew. He got a drummer, he got the electric guitar player. Why do you think when they come from a tour, when they make money, they divide the money among themselves? Because the men know that the band must survive, and everyone in that band play a role. Even the man that will be keeping the instrument, he's going to get paid. He's a steward. Mm-hmm. So if the people in the world can do this thing, why about you that claim to be in the house of God? Why you can't do the same? Even the man who is not going to church,
yes,
you understand that having a
usher,
or musical.
See the usher when you go to church, see our mother, see the way some of them they have been dedicated, they take all of their time.
Oh yeah.
Hey God, somebody say my people here also. Let me find more. These are facts.
Yeah.
You will see our mothers, our sisters, and say they will task them that each usher should pay $50. And that person will struggle. Oh God. That person will struggle, that person will start giving letter up and down.
Yeah.
Looking for who to sponsor them because they don't want to be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, our usher won't come in. He said, we'll pay 20, we'll pay 25, 25.
Church doing queen content and king content. When in about you talk queen content for money.
Oh, God. But again, these are facts. But Aliu, so the noise pollution is real. Our people, we got to stand up. Let me be frank. Maybe the government feel that they don't want tension on them. They don't want for nobody to hold them accountable because if Mo and myself or maybe Brother Ali here, if we'll be talking like this, you think we want to do any funny thing outside there? No. Because we feel that when we do it, people will recall us, people will do these things and bring us to the public relation. So we are careful. So the government, to me, Mark, the government is playing all of these roles just because they don't want for the church to be in good maybe in good standing and be able to hold them accountable. That's why they are allowing all of these things to play. That's why everything just going the way it goes. Because this thing happened 2019, during the COVID. Now what 2019 or 2020? 2020 during the COVID time. People were telling church members, send them mobile money. Yeah,
no, maybe I think you didn't get a message when you really look at the Madam Sally position. Ali, Ali coming there. I will come in later because I just am speaking. Ali, go ahead. And I will follow up.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying something. You know, this thing, they are not good because this time the churches, it's just hard for you to even see them preaching about salvation and other things. What are some of those things you're supposed to do? Because we all get the belief that in this world, either you go to hell or you go to heaven. So you should be able to be teaching people, telling them what you can do to go to heaven and what you can do to avoid going to hell. Well, it is very hard this day for you to hear this preaching. It is all about gospel of prosperity, gospel preacher. They are just all over the place. Then you see people preaching about salvation, the way to heaven. And this is not good. And most of the things they will tie it that you need to give to God, you need to do this, you need to do that. I think it's something that is optional. It's up to you. Like when we go to the mall, they say feast, I mean, like they bring that offering basket. If you want to give, fine. If you have it, you put it there. You don't have it, it's up to you. That money that they're generating, they're using it right in the mall for maintenance of the mall. Sometimes when somebody say they're going into that same money to help some of the members, you see, sometimes when somebody say, oh, somebody say today, we will do immediate misfeast, I mean, like offering to put together, they go straight, everything going to that person. I think this is what we should be doing than to be enriching our pastors, our imams and things. But this is why I say I don't want to say much because for us, we don't do this thing. We are not after it. Now, one time somebody say, why we see pastor now with private jet, big who you don't see imam with private jet and thing. I say it's up to you. Think why you think you can see pastor with private jet. Because imam, they always tell us we should be there for one another. When your member is dying, they are in need, your brothers and sisters, you're put together and reach out to them to help elevate them. You see, but your imam, he is working for God. If you like, you want to put him on salary, it's up to you. If you don't want to, he devoted his time, he decided to work for God. So all of these things, but it is why it is. If people, like maybe you said, in Europe, the churches then they are rich and they are giving out. How many churches in Liberia rich and giving out? The invasion that went on, how many churches or mosques you are seeing going there to help those people? Where have you seen anything that happening like that? No. And these are things that those money you're collecting in the church and things, sometimes those churches, things that they are supposed to be going and be helping people. That's why you're there for the mosques, the churches and things. But that's Liberia for us.
Maybe Ali just brought something and he said something very profound. And I may not agree with their teaching 100%. There is a church in America. They are mostly stationed in Utah and other part of the country, but their headquarters in Utah. They call it the Mormon, the Church of Latter-day Saints. They are one of the wealthiest denominations in the world. They sit on more than $200 billion. You know what other people do? I haven't seen any wealthy private jet person. You know what other people do? They recruit young people, young children, 17, 18. They got to come and serve in the church for at least a year or two before even going to college. And they build housing unit apartments. They are into investment. They are money on the stock market. $200 billion is their net worth at the moment as we speak in America. I don't say one or two, I say $200 billion. Maybe when you see those people, the children are on the field, they will be young, 19, 17. I met one of them as young as 16. I said, wow. He said, yes, it's a mandate. And they were buying in their car, they get their little apartment, but guess what? They spend all their time in the field trying to spread the gospel.
The gospel, yeah.
You will not see that their rent is already paid for. Even their college tuition is paid for. Isn't that what the church is supposed to be into? Multiplying money and helping the member.
Why you want to keep the money? Some of the story that in the Bible where I don't know, say the king gave 4 or 5% money and other people buried their.
Oh yeah, that the parable of the talent.
Why the church doing this kind of behavior to us? Why you keeping the church money? Hey man.
Maybe that's why I say it's in the New Testament. It's the parable of the talent. He said he gave one talent, he gave the other one 2, he gave one of them, I think 5 talent. Every one of them went and multiplied talent. That's just an allegory that if God gave you something, you have to go out there and work and multiply it, because God himself, he interested into profit, because that profit will be reinvested. That's why you see all the children, the latter they sing, their college is paid for, they don't worry about rent, everything, because what? The church is investing the money and putting it back into the member. So you see them with a little white shirt with that black child. No, don't come close to them. They can drive old cars. You come in America, they went on the feet, so brand new car. How do you think the church is doing that? To spread the gospel, because what? They are using the money that coming from their investment. They got a huge investment portfolio on Wall Street. Like I said, their current wealth now is $200 billion. Can you imagine that? And now you in Africa, even though you're seeing Bible, Matthew tells you that you should seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness before other things will be added unto you. But now you want to use God like 80, he's going to answer your prayer. Keep praying and see what will happen. Go for 90 days.
So one of the notes, let me play Madam Selim voice or former President Selim on what he said about the noise pollution, embarrassment in our rural communities by the religious, quote unquote, the Christians or the churches and all the mosques.
Have churches in every place, any place they want to put it. They just can't. In many places, it's a disturbance to people who have their homes and they live in their homes and they have to listen to all of this. It's not fair to them. There got to be, again, through the zoning, there got to be places where you can put churches. Not because there's an empty piece of ground that the person who owns it sells it because they don't want to develop it or they cannot develop it, and they sell it. And then the church decides they will put it there. And they have no rules, no regulations to stop them. They put it there. Look how many churches we. Yes, we all are good Christians or good Muslims. We like mosques, we like churches, but we like for them to be orderly. We like for them to be in a system that is systemic. Something that tells you, yes, you can build a church here. Other places that say you just can't, because by doing it, you are infringing on the rights of others. And so, in a certain way, I'm affected by it. It's not just the city. You've also got land like in Marshall, like in other places where the same type of thing on land issues become an issue and it becomes something. So there will have to be some citizens' action. Citizen action means those with properties who have this infringement, they need to get together and appeal to the government to make sure there's zoning, to make sure that these things, that there's some restrictions.
All right, so there you have it, friends. Yes, so she.
Ali, why you talk from that from Madam Salif in that
short statement?
Maybe at the certain part of last year on one of our sister radio, I said this this issue. I think the EP or something that they came up with something that they were going to see how they can put some laws down so that churches, because causing laws, all of these things, people will be sleeping. You will see some churches, they having morning devotion, all of these things, and it is not good. Like while the mosque, as soon as say 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, people are calling for prayer. And sometimes people are resting, other people, they are not Muslim, they are not Christian. And you are disturbing their sleep. People get other things to think on, people get other things. They are running their mind. And I think it is good. Like now, technology advancing, the world is moving every day. The more you and I know here, our phones that it can wake up. If you know it's supposed to be the work 7 o'clock, based on your distance, your thing, you have to put your phone on the 5:30 alarm or 6 o'clock, where you will be able to wake up early in the morning, take your shower, get ready, whatsoever you're supposed to do. You hit the rule. And when I said that thing, So many people came in my DM, they went to my well, we expecting your husband to say this. And I said, hey, as a Muslim, you know when you're supposed to pray, put your phone on alarm. When that time reach 30 minutes to your prayer time, your phone can alarm you, wake up and you get ready and go to the mosque to pray. But this issue about calling for prayer and thing, like what Madam said, he said, these things, they are not good. People going to church, knocking drum, boom, 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 doing all of this thing, disturbing everybody in the environment. They are not good. So I was standing with the government for them to already put in some measures to see how they can restrict those churches and mosques for some of these things. Because that's environmental disturbance. It's not good for everybody. Not everybody Muslim, not everybody Christian, but because you're supposed to wake up to serve your God in the morning, Allah, Akbar, Jesus, boo, boo, boo. No. For me, I'm against it, and I hope the government will do something about it, as they said they were going to do. Just because they are holding the job here and there, I don't know how far they're going with that. Well, what Madam Sadi is saying, that's the fact. Thank you.
Thank you. More quickly. The guy
I got a different take. Madam Sally is a very calculated woman. She knows she can be sending message indirectly. When you listen to that, it's not only about the issue of the church and this thing about noise pollution or whatsoever. She's literally telling the government to crack down on churches than illegal squatters. Because when you try to put in the issue of land issue aid, because you know what's happening in the country at the moment. So technically, she's also saying, yeah, I can understand, but I think the church issue and this not having restrictions and zoning law is a more of a major concern than people who are looking for somewhere to sleep. Maybe when you get what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
I'm
getting the point.
It's not only about the church. It's bigger than what you think she's talking about. She's talking about this whole thing that happening with the illegal land grab.
Yes,
and how people are struggling.
evasions and so forth.
Yeah, in terms of a priority. So she technically saying also, okay, if you want to go after people who are just looking for a place to lay their head, what about the people that disturb it? What about the people that abusing zoning law that cannot even go by the regulation that already exists on the book? So she literally telling the government to, okay, if you're going to crack down on people who are just looking for a little residential spot to lay their head to get a rest in a tough economy where there are no jobs, then you might as well crack down on the religious community too, because they are the one that causing the biggest problem also in terms of the whole land issue. So why you cannot do the same? But trust me, if you mess around with the church, it carry a political weight, because like I said, it's all about.
That's the point better, Mark. And that's the thing better, because you don't want to go that way.
Yeah.
You just
they will ignore what's happening with the religious group, but they will go after individuals because they know the moment you start taking the kind of a drastic action like what we saw in Rwanda, they will consider it as an attack on the church, and then it means you got to pay the political price. So, Madam Sally, I know you are out of office now, but I don't think the government will go that route. But I know that's the point she was trying to drive at. It's not only about the issue
and to even add up quickly before we go to the line, to even interact with our people, Madam Sally, there are some churches that, in fact, they don't even have land. They are also renting.
They were giving free land too. Somebody can go and get a bill charge and use it. Yeah.
Aha. Cool.
So
there are people that were given land free of charge by them, and there are other people too who are also renting people apartments, renting people building here and there to make out a church. So, and I'm saying right, these are people that also just step in because they have to make the money. Because they have to make the money to pay that rent, Monk. So what you expect?
You try with a channel of your political price to pay. You will pay the price politically. Oh, that one for sure. But anyway,
I think people go to the line because there was this other video quickly. Monk, I have some kind of video here that I don't want to play quickly, maybe about a few minutes. Then we'll go to a line about the lady who said that she voted for this government, and unfortunately for her, things went another way. And I think maybe you follow from the beginning of the show. I played that video, but let me see quickly. Maybe just get 1 minute of that. Then we go straight to the line to interact with our people. Okay, I think this is the video. Okay, so these are people that also
they carry we buy in the market up to now last year. We follow behind the market, we not get a market. Okay, they get about 2 countries slip, they only buy 2 pair from only. They carry we buy in the market up to now last year. We follow behind the market, we not get a market.
Who carry the market?
C'était pour les people. C'était pour les people carry the market. Me who here a unity party or more. I live it clat and bien joy we are starting. My children and says now they can make fun out of me. They can be playing click. Mama will hungry. They can make fun out of me. People around my area can laugh at me. They can mock at me. Say, "Are you the one poor in the year? We tire with insult in the community. Let Baka try and do something. We the citizens and we really suffering. Especially we that voted for Baka. Our needs for in the whole country, especially in the community, people cause all every day and night. They cause all the insult us. Full vote, I voted for CDC, but last vote, I gave my vote to Baka because I stayed down for long. I say, it better, the way they prepare, you know, that old person, maybe you will do something for her. Now, the worst thing will ever put away.
You think the Pape trying? You think the Pape
trying?
Some people say the road, the building road, the building, they putting lead posts up and things getting better, small. You think so?
No, because the road that I can see, that they see passing and I see facing road here. And I see no road face over there beside passing road. If you say road face, you must look at road that going Ghana Bay that they want to call facing. But then road where they facing going Douala, that passing, they say passing. Why do we have a passing we are getting there? That they say passing. They play I get good 4 children. 4 children. Woman who married legally, other people here they know me. But say my man, tell my market money run away from them.
All right, so let's go to the line. We just wanted to just patch you with some of the stress that our people go through. Then when they go home to rest, and the noise pollution. But Mark, I think
let me speak to that lady directly. I don't know whether she listens to SKTV. And you see, we are only advocating for the right thing and let justice be done. It's not about the political party. When the government is doing the right thing, whether you vote for them or not, we still back the government. So the action shouldn't be about the politics or which party you vote for. We are just saying people that are entitled to their land legitimately, they should be in accordance with the law, and the government should follow their eminent domain law. But it mean that, because you voted for Joe, we are now you voted for Bwaga, so they're breaking down house. No, if the government is in the right to break down property because they want to use it for development, and so be it. So it got nothing to do with politics. But the only funny thing is that her own children laughing at her know that that's bad.
It's just so interesting. But let's go to the line to hear from our people quickly. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor. How are you today?
I'm okay, my dear brother. Go ahead.
My name is Moses. I'm calling you from Brownsville. You know, maybe you talk about something about this noise pollution of churches and religious centers. You know, I have 2 churches. I have first one church around my house. That church, before the pastor do anything, for example, that will cause noise, he will come, he will send me a letter and say, Mr. Sheriff, can you be able to allow us to have this? And I will say, oh, no, Pastor, I don't have any problem. They have members more than even 300. And then at the end of the day, they will have their service and whatsoever, especially on the first season. But there was another church that when you come, the member said, the member not even reached to 20. Their noise is so fast that heavy church. So I walked to the pastor and I told him, Pastor, yes, can you be us to just, and then later on, that whole period of time, I became a witchcraft in that area.
Oh, yes.
At the end of the day, I don't want.
But they got to pray against you, my man. You are the witchcraft.
And that I'm the one that causing it. So, you know, the thing here is, it's going to be hard for political people to take decisions on this, especially the one that want power. As when you want power, you cannot be able to regulate this religious institution because it's going to get away about Monte, it's going to come back to you. So any leader that come in power that want to do this, you shouldn't be thinking that you are going for re-election.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Let me come up with chairman. See what people really are joining you from Kilgore District 4.
Go ahead, brother.
Neighbor, here is the thing. The Bible in the book of Matthew chapter 24, the last verse there in Matthew, and then you can read it. It says, you know, the disciple asking Jesus will be enter. And he answered that question, the answer is right there. He said, the end will come when the word of God is being preached to the uttermost part of the earth. In the every look and corner of the earth, the word of God should be preached. Why they carry the word of God there at the church? So that thing that the instruction and order of God, the church can go every part of the earth. And the reason why Jesus said it that way, he don't want any excuse for judgment day. He want judgment day when it reach. When he says you will do this, you gave them no excuse.
So when you say that the word of God should be preached, that means you should build churches all around, or you should go there. The what we talk about, make the discipleship. Which one? Like confusing us here.
When you pick up about evangelism, the more you are more church and say you. So in nature, you are listening to all over. Yeah, so that don't say for that. Let him tell you.
No. You're not making it clear. So what's your point? So that means there should be church
There should be
pollution.
charging every street corner.
I mean, let's go to the issue, but we're going to charge you one time on the radio.
Let me ask the main question, Mabon, please.
Yeah,
so you believe when the Bible says you should
hold on. I will tell more questions to you.
Let me, from my own understanding, you are saying that when they say spread the gospel to the uttermost part of the earth, it's by having 10 churches around Broad Street, right?
So Monk is asking you if you say that I don't know, share the gospel or send the gospel where, so that means you should be 10 churches
right on Broad Street. Yeah, the same vicinity. Then they're going to the uttermost part of the earth.
I'm going to ask you a question, man. Okay, see, we are about to do what mother about to do churches. Look, I'm not going to waste time. Hello to this call of evening. Yeah, brother. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
For me, I can tell people I'm not against the churches. Yes, because I follow the story they showed yesterday when it was discussing about tribe or other things. And more was right, because if you want to eat matzah, you should be able to do the bread sacrifice on the altar of God, what the Levi was doing to collect the car. Before you play the crop, you bring the sacrifice and sleep. Any animal is slaughtered on the altar, and then the smoke goes to heaven, it means God except the farm. So when the smoke go up, it means to say God not accept it. And when Jesus Christ came in God, they erase all that. But the people that only say the 10%, then they erase the grain offering. So I don't give that. I don't have to do other things in church, but I don't give that. But when it comes to the building of churches, they probably do that because they want money. Because if I'm pastor for this church, when I see the pastor like that do that, I'm very against. If I'm pastor for this church, and then for me, the members put money together, we build a church. Anything happens to me, my woman can say what is in our church. That one is thing going on in the country. So because of that, our pastor, assistant pastor out there, we don't get, let me just go build my own Papa church and get my own membership. And then the church can split. Then you see some so. So I'm going on. Now it's all the churches plenty around.
All right.
One small house to control peace. This is one small church will rest on my area. But two brothers say power to get up on job, they still going with the energy. They been up air position, do all that thing. They do the chair and a political chair.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. David King, David, good evening. I don't know whether you get your church or you in church or you are thinking about building church.
I got my church.
Mostly Lababido. Which one the church you get, Lababido or which one?
No. I belong to Montgomery Temple, Church of
Yeah, go ahead. Now, this kind of international church and they can bring problem. All the churches and no any kind of more need. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
During the COVID-19, he helped the members of the church, a lot of stuff. You know, now looking at some read.
So send it. So no, hello, don't be calling people. So send COVID. How far are the pastor going on? Let me friend here and remove politics.
No, but the church, you know, because I remember during the COVID-19 where I want people who are telling the people.
Man, you probably now want to go straight to the issue. You want to be hello? Yeah, hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes. Yeah, all right, now go ahead. We'll listen to you, my brother.
All right, maybe let us see that the church pollution is not causing us pollution. Now compare the church pollution to that of the rule of law. What is happening in the rule of law? There is this thing called fraternity interpretation in the rule of law.
So why you want to? Hello, 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 hello. I come in when I mean to my brother, mama, I'm not making confusion. Please, I beg you. I want to ask you this. Yeah, you are the light. You are the light according to the Bible, right? So you telling me that the light gone off? That's why the people they are behaving the way they are behaving.
No, the light is not off. But the last thing, the last thread the light is going on is why man, I'm telling you, all of us are trying to put off. There is this thing that I just spoke about, the fraternity degradation. The geography is polluted because of fraternity. Let's compare the Lord's pollution to what the Masonic and all of us doing in the justice system. You cannot get justice when you're not from up the hill.
All right, thank you. Because even your own church members, your pastor, your bishop, they're also part of this thing elected. So some of you won't be defending. Yeah, well, you're just concerned defending. And yeah, someone want to call. Yeah, call on the WhatsApp, my dear brother, our team, Leroy Johnson. So yeah, so call us on the WhatsApp number and you'll be passed. But keep your calls coming, my brother. We're talking about things that are affecting people. The reason why most of the things are happening because we sold ourselves to the politicians. You don't get nothing here to prove, my brother. So no argue now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
So my name is Martin Singwetuba, and I join you from Painsville this evening.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say hi to your families in the diaspora. And as it related to the topic on the discussion, I think it's very much unique for us to discuss it because there are some people who feel they are super spiritual. And to be frank, Melbourne, everything in the world, we need to give thanks to God. And there's a day that is set aside for everyone who believe in the detail to go and give thanks to Him. That is on Sunday.
On Sunday?
And yeah. So that's why they say God rested on the last day when He was creating the world. So He rested on that day. We can go and give thanks to God. But there are some people who want to use the Christian, the church now to even cause trouble. Some people will build a church and then they tell you that even you closer to them, they start calling you witchcraft.
Yeah.
Start calling them about names. And some will come and put heavy horn down and say God has given them the right to continue serving Him and making a job on doors under the law. That's scripture they will be using. And for me, I'm a Christian. I'm not against making a job or not under the law, but your job or not shouldn't embarrass other people. We should also be cognizant of the fact that there's a right that every man has. So I think what Malasadi was saying, she was making some logical reasons, but the government should be also careful on how they will proceed to making this particular thing come to reality.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. You are quite correct. Keep your calls coming. This is my brother on the WhatsApp trying to call. But let me tell some of you, maybe you don't know, some of your even Christians and Muslim people, some of them they work in the day, some of them they work in the night. That's the difference. Everybody will not work at the same time. Some people work in the day, some people work in the night. So what happened? It may not have a night shift. I finish working whole night. I go now in the morning time to go rest myself. Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, my dear brother, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Melbourne? Mom and Ali, how you doing?
Yeah, good fine, my brother. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just came back from Liberia like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
The whole country there knows it, bro. Club, everybody there in the thing is not about the church, the mosque and everything, but the whole country there knows it. Club, everybody get club at a little house or a little spot on the road. Everybody get club. Can you imagine Dubo Road Junction? You put a huge club in the middle part of Dubo Road Junction, bro. When you're sleeping at night, the noise can just be all over from 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the afternoon to straight 5 o'clock. How you sleep? The whole country just knows it from Early Junction to Railway. The whole country just knows it. You can't even drive good in the whole country. Motorbike, keke, everything just coming your way. And second thing again is when you get to Ralphie Highway, right? The gateway of Liberia. From Ralphie all the way to Early Junction. It's all market. You get a bus line again, there's a huge market now that get a Kubacho fee or regular market. Why is too much market all over the place? You can't even, that's why you don't in that you don't see that much market. But over just everybody selling, everybody making nothing, loud music and stuff like that.
My brother.
Church and all, I don't think I gain loud noise.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes.
I'm making a lot of noise.
All right. Thank you, my brother. You're right. But I think we got to start step by step. And with the religious people will be more, yeah, you know, they are the ones. So, hello. So let's call up. Good evening. Yes, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, I'm still on. You see about why our election in Iran, who just came to America, that's a problem in your country. So, getting that done in that get put a very big strong can forget about election, next election. Because people now want to go back all up. Yeah, people nobody want to go back. Everything all type of ways. And we travel all the country, we see how the people look at it all up. When that block out, so they off get all that's not this, you're going to rest out. I'm America living in the country, put me to the point. So, it's not you don't have time for that thing. You can start for the next generation. So it's about what to in the country. Carry on the internet so see that. Carry on put the people on the street to the internet. When you get online, you still not to do anything. So God will learn to do that thing too. You could learn to do it.
All right. Thank you.
I got someone on the line. It says Gwen on the line. Call on the next caller. It says Gwen can take over. You go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to speak about this church being all over. We are all Christians, and some of us are grounded in the word. We grew up on it. So when the Bible says this gospel will be preached to all corners,
all nations
of the end time, does that necessarily mean that a church will be on your back door, or your front door, or your side door? Because what is shown is that the government is not doing zoning. Public work is not following the zoning laws and the wall. Imagine I walk in my neighborhood in Monrovia, in Liberia, I walk from my house to the road. 20 minutes walk. I count almost 20 churches. That's not what they're talking about. Basically, it shows that people have literally made church as a business. Everybody wants to sit around and open prayer, then you become church. Then when you talk, they say, oh, the person I left for, the person I wish. And until people, I talked to one representative the other day, he got 3 churches, one to the back, one to the front. I said, you guys have to make sure public works do zoning, because zoning is not being done. The people just building houses. If they live in the alley, this morning another person had a shoe, and for people building in the alley,
Alleys, yeah.
the public work is not doing their part of the job. These things will fall through the cracks, and people will continue talking about it. The government, like all agencies, one of these agencies even functional, this ministry, if they're not doing their job, they say just to walk around. When they see somebody building house, they go there to go on it, public work. Yeah, we move from here. Public work. That's the only time they're working. All the zoning issues here in America, the people preach here, we listen to very easy. Jerry Easy was preaching yesterday. More than 100,000 people was listening to him through all over the world on just 3 platforms. The gospel was being preached to all corners of the earth. He not seen nobody buy those when he was in a stadium. And we're not doing this because we are against church. You see the Catholic church? They've got a service over there. They don't get us all the money. They're serving all the neighbors. And if you look at churches, the way it was built back in the days, it was in certain areas. In the neighborhood, the church worshiping from in the morning to in the night. What time the neighbor children will go to sleep? For those children to go to sleep, the church 3 o'clock in the morning, they start when they don't pass the prayer. It's beating out drum so loud. Where will the children sleep before they get up to go to school? In that sense. And then the government bring it back to the government.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Neglecting its role. Basically, that's what's happening. The government is neglecting its role. Even down to the alley. People building the alley. If you don't have money to open the alley to your property, people will block your alley. I went home, I have to take yellow machine to cover my property and open the alley. Something that the government is supposed to be doing. Because once they live under, they finish selling land, they come into the alley. And then you find out that you're locked in, you got no way to cover your day. You got no way to cover your property, no way to buy things. So these are the things the government, I want to be talking about. They must start this, they need to bring those things there up. Because the family policies is not just in our country. I don't know who's doing. And when we talk to the person like you are like people there, after we are the good people that stop at the battle, the barrel, we can no common sense to move forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Sis Gwen.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. It is indeed interesting. Let's go to the line to interact with more of our callers. Good evening. Hello, my dear brother. We're listening to you live on the SKTV show, Truth FM. Go ahead.
Yeah, brother, I already get my check in my heart because I want to get more. But when they wait out to get food, when it's going to be a day, it'll be a whole check. So I want people to be calling me father.
Oh.
Yeah, so I want to know what one day more, and I can get trouble from that.
Don't even call me as a member because that you won't be part. Because for me, and I get no spiritual team, I'm off. Thank you, my dear brother. Keep your calls coming 0770-203125. Like our sister just said, we are embarrassing our children, and that's just the fact. Hello to this caller. Quickly.
I just want to give you one biblical reference. If you read Proverbs 27, verse 14, where it says, "You who disturb your prayer, disturb your neighbor in the morning, it's a curse upon you." That is there. It's there. They read it and they know about it. But I don't know whether some of the people in some of the churches are, because I don't want to talk about all of the churches. Some of the churches, they are right around you, and at the end of the day, you will not hear one single noise. They get there, they listen to their gospel, no music.
And these are old churches. These church, most of the churches that even talking about, these are these are old church, but
Yeah, that's how it's looking at. But the other churches, they have to say most of the members that go to some of the other churches, they all get eardrum problem. So there's no way the pastor can preach for them to listen, except they put a loudspeaker, like somebody way from Douala, way maybe or can hear you from Douala. That is how it's looking like. And, you know. So
thank you, my dear brother. Quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Saga Blue, and I'm calling Western. Yeah, I'm listening to your show. It's my first time listening to your show. Yeah, there's a topic that really getting my attention.
Okay, go ahead, brother. You live. Thank you so much for joining us and for coming for the first time.
Concerning the superstar pastor, most of the young pastors are coming out today. The only thing they're focusing on, they create a video. We're special costume. We go simple. Somebody holding the Bible, somebody holding the tower. They go to go.
Exactly, my brother. And in fact, they are even fighting for who will be 001, prophetic 001.
They got somebody that prophetic landlord. Yeah, seriously.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Get a few more calls. But this is indeed embarrassing. This is serious. You can call yourself religious people, and people are talking about you in the phone and manner. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Limon.
Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
Thank you. You see, somebody talking about Proverbs, and then why can't we go to the book of Acts? The book of Acts chapter 2. What happened there?
What happened to the book of Acts chapter 2?
In the book of Acts chapter 2, prayers were offered there.
You by the way, you got somebody handle born again, and I can call it or born again church members, because you are defending today.
Oh yes, we gotta defend the gospel.
No, we can't. Hello. You can't even defend the gospel. Don't just say I had to defend. Listen, let me correct you. Just say you want to defend your pastors, but you can't defend other gospel. Forget it. Go ahead, my brother. Quickly, my let me tell you for you. Don't be wasting our time.
I said the view of the coming to one. He's my pastor.
Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't really get on the land, but when I got there, I heard that American, you're talking about the disturbance of the religions, like the Muslim, they calling for the Azan, and the Christian knocking the drum in the church, jubilating.
Yes, exactly, man. So they're talking about the noise too much in our communities. People can't sleep. When you wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, hello, when you wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, the mosques, they're calling for, I don't know who they can be calling, then the churches, they didn't settle the dancing up and down. So we can't hear. The noise too much.
The problem here is, what the man forgetting is, where you come from.
And hello, my young man. Hello, we're talking about noise pollution. Forget about where the people coming from. Let's go talk about the noise.
But the noise about that because the one that the knocking of the drum and noise, I agree to it, but it will not take 1 hour of knocking drum. That 30 minutes or 5 minutes of knocking drum will not cause
Not that noise, my young man. Noise is noise. You can't disturb other people about what we're saying here. You cannot. You can't do that. You are infringing on your right. Even the God you serve don't even support you in that kind of behavior. So it's not about what people coming from. You're led too much of religious trouble and all the kind of things. We're talking things of national concern. Sleep don't have mercy. Everybody can sleep. Whether you Muslim, you Christian, or you Buddhist, you what kind of person, you will sleep. So it's not about where somebody coming from before they're talking. No, I will talk in here. I'm a Baptist, 100% Christian. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
The Baptist deacon.
How you doing?
Yeah, my brother. Okay, thank God for that. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I got the information and I get a call according, but I just want to make my little contribution on this platform. When it comes to the noise pollution, of course, we all know about it, and this is like culture. But when it comes to the religion area, coming to a Christian and not a Muslim, that will be from Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 1, coming down to the 18 to the 19 verses. Let's just talk about it and then we'll read about it. We'll understand what prayer means.
So we are not into religious argument or this and that. For us here,
yeah, we're not doing that. That man want to open whole crusade. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
so we're not on that.
government aspect of.
Thank you. We're talking about the noise pollution, and some of us who are Christian, we're talking about how our churches, how they can behave to their own church members. That's what we're talking about. For me, can hold me accountable. I'm a Christian. I'm a Baptist. So you won't say what I'm saying is lie. We'll open the line and ask you out there. So what are your church? What are those guys who can beat the drum? What are the church giving a scholarship? Or what are maybe they are benefiting from the church? What we're saying here. And the noise is too much, and that's a fact. Mark, Brother Aliu, I think we got him. Yeah.
You know, I mean, thanks for the caller. They gave their own views and opinion. That's a good thing. They think we're talking about they're not a religious show. We are just saying things that happen in society in terms of the law, in terms of the zoning laws, in terms of public ordinances. That's what we are talking about, like what Madam Sally said. But since Gwen she struck a very important point, and that was my talking point, but she just came almost like she read my mind. The one thing is, we even got a misinterpretation of the word church. When the Bible talk about church, it didn't talk about the place we meet to worship. It talk about a body of people that what they call the church in the kingdom of God, or group of people that what they call church. The one that we meet in the sanctuary, the place of worship is not the church. So even in your Bible, but like I said, people choose not to read, because when the Bible said go to the world until the Bible is preached all through the world, Balaam cannot go evangelize. That human being can go evangelize. So when Christ said until the Bible is preached to all part of the world, he's talking about people that will be on the field to go and evangelize. That will go to places that are far and near. That's what it meant. It means that having 10 churches on Broad Street mean the uttermost part of the earth. No, that's a lie. So read about understanding, read it with clarity. We are just talking about the governmental aspect in terms of regulation. We are not here to preach gospel. We are just giving instances when it comes to city ordinances. And the same thing go for entertainment centers. So technically, what we are saying is like the entire country need an extreme makeover. Whether they are churches, whether they are entertainment centers, we need to have zoning laws. People build houses. They don't even have access to their own property.
More quickly, 30 seconds. Let me take the caller from Africa Coast or maybe like Cote d'Ivoire. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I want to contribute. I'm calling from the U.S.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you. My name is Spencer, and I'm calling from the U.S. I am so glad that you are addressing this issue regarding all night prayer have Christian, Muslim, non-Christian, non-Muslim. So could you please ask your members to consider, right, not doing the all-night prayer with the loud, loud music, not music, but the singing and the microphone.
Yeah, the megaphone.
I also asked this pastor if he lives in this community. He said no. But however, he was able to reason with me. He spoke to his member, and he was able to pray without using a loudspeaker all night.
Simple.
So I just wonder, it's really an issue in Liberia, and it needs to be talked about so we can consider when we build the churches or the mosques, just be respectful of everyone. It's difficult to not sleep all night.
Thank you so much, sister, for joining us. That's good. I like your point, and that's just the fact. People are, they have their own life to carry on and everything. Sometimes they want to relax, and you keep disturbing them in the name of, what you call. But go ahead, my brother.
Well, I mean, that's why it is. Like I said, thanks to the sister that just called, and that's the argument we are making here. We could care less about which religious institution or which religious practices you're observing on a daily basis. There are also people that have rights to exist. They have the right to sleep. They need to go to work in the morning. You can do your 40 days, your 90 days, just cool it down. And the government has their own role to play as well, like I said, about zoning law and filing public ordinances. And that's it. We cannot change the whole country, but there are steps that we can take that will benefit everyone. And the reason people are interested in the topic because they are all impacted one way or another. So whether you are Muslim, whether you are Buddhist, whether you're Christian, who could care less? The fact of the matter, like common thing like an alley where says, go and say, why would you want to build in an alley? So the government, they carry all the power. They got to be the one to put this thing to place, and it goes beyond churches or mosques, even your entertainment area. Entertainment area cannot be almost everywhere. You are causing as much noise like the church also. But anyway, everything starts from somewhere, and I think we got to look at all these things in totality. But people have the right to exist, man. They need their right to be peaceful at night, to sleep, and to get good rest for the rest of the days. Anyway, guys.
And so before Brother Ali come up for entertainment, my brother, I think for me, I think is in fact it is the worst one. Let me be frank.
Oh yes.
Entertainment activities in Liberia. Look, how will you allow your citizens to be treated like one of the quarter said, or maybe two of our brothers said that the other one that came from the US. Mock every part of Liberia you go, my brother, there's noise.
Brother.
There's noise.
Yeah.
Somebody will put some kind of flag back down, some kind of way you call it, and just call it some kind of entertainment area and make noise. Then the worst one is, why would you want to have those big entertainment area that's going to be quiet? If you want to play your music, you play your music within. Look for soundproof system that will not disturb the community. But all of these things do bow down to the community people themselves. Because if the community chairman, the community leadership sitting there, and the line that's sitting to be going through the kind of thing, my brother, then we no leadership. That one will come on the video. We say Liberia is systematic. In fact, Liberia problem is systematic problem. Some of you think that I just go be able. No. But I go ahead, my brother.
I think the topic was very, very interesting because everybody called. I think with the exception of one or two callers that keep calling to defend. But everybody, you see, like our sister just said, people leave from here, you go back home, you want to rest yourself because we hear 5 o'clock in the morning, alarm, we jumping up, going to work, this and that, all kind of thing. When you go back home, no more alarm. Like the moment I hit our eye, I cut all my alarm off because I know that time to rest. There have been somewhere early in the morning, people get disturbing. This is not good. Like when it comes to the entertainment sector, the same thing. Like among, let me tell you something, my brother. Since I've been in this country, sometimes I can be driving, I can be looking where they get club in their place. Because sometimes people will say, oh, they get club to the other area, they get club to the other area. And this place you be passing there, they get club in there. But to even say here that kind of loud music or in the street outside, you can't hear it. Like that, the way Liberia or our club there, sometimes even before you reach to the club, the music that take everywhere. I think even the nightclub too, if they want to work on this thing, they need to reach out to them to know how they are playing music because There are some people living around there, they're not going to club, nothing, and they can't. But the men that will be playing music that no way for people to sleep. That one of the area there too, where it come to causing loss in the country, that the churches and most, but the nightclub then too, they into the same thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a church right around me here. You can only see that the cars they're parking.
Yeah, you
But
can hear them.
yeah, I don't know who they recently sold that place to, and they start using it as church too. My brother, they jump, they can be beating over. They went to the Saturday night, they will be having service.
Yeah.
But it never used to be like that. Saturday we used to see people coming over there to do cleaning or other things. Sunday, yeah, you will just see even the authority Liberians. I always tell them when they come like that, when the area is spike, they can just come and park their car to my backyard too. Anytime you come, you park here. Tell my Liberian brothers and sisters, they in that same church. I don't know who are taking over that church. Oh, my brother, that's what that tomorrow they hopefully will be on fire. The police then had to come there, and they continue. Yes, they continue doing the same thing. But so far, it was a great show, guys. And thanks to all the callers and those in the comment section. Yes, have a nice weekend out there. Be safe.
Just be speaking just near everything. The church or most of the churches and all the clubs, they just near each other, and that's true. From Monday to Sunday morning, it will be the clubs. Then from Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon or maybe Sunday evening, at the church part of that, some of the churches in fact can be doing competition. That's the fact. Some of us we live in some of the communities. When you see the church will come after the club, and some of the club, I don't know what kind of club from Monday to Sunday month that play loud music. Even when people there, people don't there, the club just keep them stepping. Monk, my brother, to admit we in hell. Let me frank and just speak true to the power that these are things that we keep saying that our government, you can leave all of these things undone and thinking about any role that meeting will get better. No.
That the system got to put in place, Fred. If I tell them nothing, the thing is, if the people are not inclined or trained to know what you are doing in terms of development, there is nothing you can do that we appreciate. Because the system is not in place. You can't even execute simple zoning law as clearing alley. Why would we want to go be a 4-lane highway? It's almost like going the interior and building a skyscraper when the people that live, they don't even know how to maintain the building. You think they're going to appreciate the building?
But what happened today? Most of these structures, most of the I don't know what you may call the purple homes, or most of the homes like who have been around, what happening? Sort of bush. Because in fact they don't even care about these things. Because
you didn't train into it. They were never trained, not part of them. Somebody building your property and they dump the truck loader saying, we're on the mirror because no way for the car, because all the alleys they have been blocked.
Even even when horse burning, fire service
you can't get through.
Fire service can enter.
Yeah.
Well, government, you got to come out. That will keep saying, instead of you using somebody phoning to come outside and educate the people. Tell them if you don't have any right, in fact, if you have squatting right before or no squatter or what you may call, now it's about time that you move. Most of you who on government area also, let's get zoning system. Let's know our country. Let's know the capital city. Let's know the rural counties. How development is supposed to go about. Well, the only time you will know is when you say government coming very road here. Every time you see government breaking down places,
make it your lifestyle. We don't know these things, man. But anyway, maybe that's it, guys.
Yeah, good night, man. People, we gotta go. Thanks to all of you. We see you on the
good night to your side there too.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much, man. There, brother. People, thanks to all of you folks. Thanks to the management headed by Honorable Ike for the opportunity. Oni Roberts and others, the rest of you, there are other people, our listeners. Let's take all of these things into serious. If you go to church tomorrow, those of us that will be going to church tomorrow, ask your pastors if you have a meeting. Let's have the meetings. Let's find the way forward. Let's find solution to every problem. There is solution in the Bible. God said call for solution. What can we do as human? What can we do to find a solution to all of these things that we're all going through today? Everybody going through the same thing. People live in a community. You carry each other, you call them witchcraft. Hey, man. Hey. When ain't witchcraft, then whole day you are looking for witchcraft. Every day you're looking for witchcraft. You got to bombard people. You got to bombard witchcraft. Witchcraft don't want you to get married, you bombard that one. Witchcraft don't want you to travel, you bombard that one. Witchcraft don't want you to eat good food, you bombard. You were losing witchcraft. So we got to change. We got to change. And the church is the light. The church can't be in darkness like this. It's bad. It's wrong. So even before government come up to say, yes, we want to do this thing, the church will stand up first. They say, no, we won't sit there and allow. Look, that's what I like about Paul. Some of you, look, same action that Paul talk. You're going to read Bible. When Paul went to the church, where the people are doing funny things, some people were supporting all kind of bad things. Yeah, the young boy was killing. Oh, you were doing all kind of things with old man wife. Yeah, and then you know what, Paul, I'm not bringing all this to me. Go out there and go and read a Bible. And Paul told them that what you people are doing in this church is wrong. 10 days, young man over to Satan. We're not even near anymore. So in not every soul that you pray for to change, there are some souls you're turning over. So there are some things that the older churches set back and allow these young or these prosperity churches to come and destroy our entire society. And we think that is normal. Yeah, you leave the people. And the people keep going there. Let the people go. They are going there because nobody to tell them the truth. So they're going after all the prosperity. They're downing and wanting to all the things. They're thinking that that's the right way. Look at the young guys who are preaching on the day. See them. See them. See the young guys. What are they into? See them. See their look. Somebody want to eat somebody fast food or what you may call. Somebody labor. Someone else. Take the high-end money and empower someone. Say go out there and fetch for daily bread. Instead of you sitting here and sleeping and doing nothing. Now the pastor say, no, come. When you do that, bring the first food to me. You think that's right? You think that's right? Well, I can go now, man. See all of you people. See you tomorrow. Witchcraft every day. When are you not going to see witchcraft? Other people, for some of us, we can't see witchcraft. For me, I don't even know what witchcraft means. I don't even know. In fact, I don't even care. I don't even care. So why can't I be looking for witchcraft here and there every day? So please. Liberal Council of Churches, they know too much. Because most of you, you all have your other foot soul, and you all have your other foot soul. So we're giving you a hard time. You want to serve God, you want to serve the other side. It can't work. That's what they call us. You all want to be with God, you all want to be with all kinds of society. So you just, you put yourself in that situation, and because people are looking up to you, so everybody will take the blame. People will be lashed at. People will be talked about just because of some of your behavior. It's just because of some of you today that the church today is still coming on serious criticism. You build school, the members, you charging member children $400 US, $500 US for them to go to school. Members who struggle to build a church, to build a school. Today, their children. Nowhere around these churches. Nowhere around these schools. You push them far. But he says he's serving God. Anyway, you go look for your witchcraft on us. Good night, people. Will see you on Monday by the grace of God. Yeah, we're going back to our noise. We probably used to the noise. So those of you who don't let noise, you'll be on your side. We probably will let noise. That's what the people give to us. So every day we into noise. Thank God. Good night. We see you on Monday by the grace of God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Clepali suo me kanyo ake SKTV benyo. Sema cheni tina ke asema jamu. Engi sano muni emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui emu aye yo.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget na. So she walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.